Hi there, I'm Fairpale from the Left Perspective. I'm a white-skinned, short, very messy, brown-haired human with lots of grey flecks in this state, in a blue t-shirt underneath a grey cardi with a grey lounge behind and rusty cushion, which sits against a cream wall. I'm coming to you from my lounge room on the unceded ancient lands on which I currently dwell, with my day 2 reflection on the journey of 100 suns. I gave a little bit of context yesterday as to why I was doing this, and as I promised yesterday, I'm just doing a little brief reflection each day. I do want to talk a little bit today, though, about modifications. When I shared my goals yesterday, I told you that they were to listen to my body, to follow my heart, to accept my truth, to feel my rhythms, not my resonances, I got that a little bit backwards, and to sing my joy. And as I mentioned yesterday, you can check all of this out over at The Uncommon, but there are a set of principles to follow along this journey. The first is to start with silence. The second is to move your body and watch the sunrise. That didn't happen today. I did start with silence, but I didn't wake up until after the sunrise. And this is, I think, the key that I learnt for myself when I did the Uncommon Challenge, which was its precursor a couple of years ago. When you're looking to build lifestyle changes, it doesn't all happen overnight. For me, a lot of this is actually reigniting stuff that was already quite naturally part of my life. But one of the things I learned, particularly, say, for example, with using that opportunity in the Uncommon Challenge to transition to a vegan diet, was the transitional part of it. I had chosen, it wasn't part of Rich's particular outlines because he was already well and truly a vegan and a plant-based eater. But I had done that many years ago, found it helpful, and then a series of events had made it impossible. And I knew at the time that I'd also not been deliberately transitioning, but certainly had been slowly just dropping things from my diet that weren't serving me anymore. So the Uncommon Challenge became an opportunity to go, well, no, I'm going to be quite intentional about this. And each 20 days over the 100 days, I reduced something else from my diet that didn't align with my plant-based eating principles. In the same way, this is, for me, how I've always managed to make things shift. I can tell you that I used to be someone that would go to the gym, and in the first 2 weeks I'd be lifting 20 kilos, and then it would all just fall away. Because while I could sustain 20 kilos, it was a shock to my system to pick up that amount of weight after not doing anything for 6 months. One of the things my chiro and my PT have worked out with me is that while I'm capable of something, you need to start far more gently than I actually am capable of, because it's about building consistency. So today, given that my first goal is to listen to my body, I didn't wake up with the sunrise. In fact, I thought I set an alarm and I hadn't. And the reason for that is, and the reason for my crazy hair, is that I've not been particularly well in the last 24 hours. I'm not entirely sure what it is. And in fact, I'm heading to the GP this morning for actually a chronic pain management plan, but to check in with her as well. That is the nature of the chronic fatigue, the osteoarthritis, the gut issues, the fibromyalgia, all of the different things that I now actually know that I live with. So it doesn't mean that these things are not possible. What it means is that we have to treat ourselves with kindness. We have to treat ourselves with gentleness. Lifestyle changes, living life to the max, living your best life, living your truest self. None of this happens overnight. And I think for me, living in a world where everybody was doing everything that I wanted to do and I believed I couldn't, that was always my biggest mistake, was going, okay, yep, no, I'm just going to do this and I'm just going to keep up. You know, the nature of disability is that whether it's psychosocial, whether it's physical, is that we can't just keep up. And we can't keep up to other people's standards. And I think that's why modifications and why making something your own is really, really important. The principles resonate with me, and I'm sure that I will find my own way to make each of them happen. But that's also why there's 100 days. That's also why this is about making it right for you. So I know I've had at least one person reach out saying that they're doing this as well. So please head on over to the Uncommon. I'll put a link. Check out what Rich is doing. Check out why Rich is doing it. Big love to Rich. And I will catch you all on the flip side.